to their loss to Carolina. As for Irvin, he was injured in the opening minutes of the game and watched as the lowly Panthers beat up on the team of the early 90s. 2 years later, the dynasty hit its lowest point when Irvin plunged a pair of scissors into the neck of offensive lineman Everett McIver. McIver was not a rookie, but Irvin was treating him like one. Seniority, seniority, Irvin kept saying. Other players pushed back against Irvin, who was trying to kick McIver out of his chair so that he could get his haircut. McIver had about 100 pounds and 3 inches on Irvin, so the receiver grabbed a pair of scissors and used them as a weapon, just missing McIver's carotid artery. New Cowboys head coach Chan Gailey was rightfully appalled by the incident, but McIver's neck thankfully healed from the attack, and the Cowboys kept him quiet with a high 6-figure payout, later referring to the assault as horseplay. Irvin was already on probation after being arrested for possession of cocaine, and the hush money likely kept him from being shipped off to jail. A judge had told him earlier that if he came back before him, he would be facing 20 years in a penitentiary. McIver has denied that he ever received money from the Cowboys to keep quiet, but of course that's the point of getting hush money, right? You shut up about it. A year later, Michael Irvin's career came to an abrupt end in year 12. During the 5th game of the 99 season, Michael Irvin was hit by Philadelphia Eagles defensive back Tim Hawk and driven headfirst into the turf at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. He sustained a cervical spine injury, which, although not life-threatening, required him to be carted off the field and transported to Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Irvin did not play again for the rest of the season and was subsequently diagnosed with cervical spinal stenosis. Advised that another blow to the neck or head could result in severe injury, Michael Irvin announced his retirement in May of 2000. The playmaker retired with 750 career receptions, tied with Charlie Joyner for 30th all-time in NFL history, and caught 87 passes in the playoffs, second behind Jerry Rice at the time of his retirement. Irvin was the last player coached by Tom Landry to retire from the NFL, the original coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Landry passed away on February 12th of 2000. In August of 2007, Michael Irvin was enshrined in the NFL Hall of Fame and was one of the mainstays at ESPN and the NFL Network for most of the 21st century.
The young ladies today, they're not learning from mom how to cook with losing recipes.
Perhaps his greatest claim to fame, however, was his appearance in 2 Adam Sandler films, The Longest Yard and, of course, the tour de force Jack and Jill. That's right, Michael Irvin shares an IMDb credit with Al Pacino. Troy Aikman played just one more season than Michael Irvin, retiring in 2000 after just 12 years in the NFL. A short QB career by today's standards, Aikman suffered countless concussions, including a handful in his last season, and it made sense to retire when he did. By the time he hung up the cleats, he had won 94 games, 90 of them coming in the 90s, the most any QB has had in a single decade until Peyton Manning won 115 games in the 2000s. Manning also won 55 games in the 2010s, but hey, who's really counting? For 2 decades, Aikman has been the right-hand man for Joe Buck in the broadcast booth at Fox and ESPN. But whenever he calls Cowboys games, he's the shadow lingering over the franchise, whoever is under center for Dallas. Whether that's Tony Romo or Dak Prescott or anyone else, they'll be compared to 2 guys, Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. And the standard will always be not just one, but multiple Super Bowl rings. And that's the reality of playing quarterback in Dallas. Whatever you do, don't listen to some stat nerd trying to tell you Troy Aikman was overrated, because he wasn't. He might actually be the best numbers do lie QB ever. I hated him and the Cowboys as a kid, but he was tough as nails, and he had a bond with Michael Irvin that will put your faith back in humanity. And he simply got the job done by understanding the game at an incredibly high level. And out of all the triplets, Emmitt Smith hung on with the Cowboys the longest, finally achieving his goal of becoming the NFL's all-time leading rusher in 2002 and Dancing with the Stars Season 3 champion in 06. Smith would finish his career with over 18,000 yards, spending his final 2 seasons where most seniors go to retire, the dry heat of Phoenix, Arizona with the Cardinals. In a lot of ways, Emmitt Smith was the piece that put the Cowboys over the top. And in some ways, it was also ironic. The Cowboys proved that running backs weren't worth as much as we thought. And yet, it was a running back that helped carry them to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. After he was fired by Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, of course, headed back down to Miami, where he became the head coach for the Miami Dolphins, taking over for the legendary Don Shula. If there was anyone equipped for succeeding an icon, it was Johnson, but he never found the same success in Southern Florida. Johnson, too, has retired to television, where he became one of the many talking heads for Fox's pregame show. He's also spent a large portion of his retirement sailing and appearing in Extends commercials, and even competing on Survivor in 2010, which he called the most stressful time I've ever gone through in my life. He also famously made Troy Aikman cry when he showed him what Extends did for him down there.
I said, Coach, I'm coming.
There it was. Glory hole.
Jerry Jones still assumes the stress
God, there
of
were
running
two blue,
America's
light blue
team.
right next to each other. That
Since
was
the
mean.
Cowboys won the Super Bowl in January of 1996, they have yet to return even to the NFC Championship game. Jones has become a better drafter since the late 90s, but that's likely because he's delegated those types of duties to people who know more about football than him, which is to say, most people who are involved in football. The Cowboys will forever be chasing the early 90s. It's the standard they set for themselves and the standard they've yet to achieve again. Those players and coaches were larger than life, and now they're the prominent ghosts that haunt Jerry World. But man, were they a lot of fun. And crazy. Charles Haley, you were crazy.
Predatory.
Thanks for watching That's Good Sports' longest
fucking
produced
there you go.
episode ever. Holy shit, I can't believe you guys watched this whole video. If you did, subscribe. Thank you guys. I don't know if I'll ever do another one this long. That was... Woo!
Dude, this is crazy 50 pace. What the fuck is this pace? Wake up. Wake up! Oh, please don't fuck me. You. Okay, that's okay. Come on, escalators, don't fuck me. I think I saw it. No. Wait. No. Oh, crap. Damn it. Oh, it's... Okay. Okay. That's not very good, but... Oh, choked the sub 8. That would have been crazy. Where is Kiwi? There he is. Damn, 808! That is so good. What a 50.